Check, check. Check, check, 1, 2. Game audio seems super low to me. And it is turned like way down. Let's see how -6 sounds. Sounds about right, I think. Try -8. -8? -8 is better? Yes? No? Maybe? Now it sounds too loud. I don't know what's going on. Now it's at -10. Maybe that's better. -10. -10. -10? Yes? No? Maybe? Okay, yeah, that's gonna be good. I feel like there's some weird noise going on, but I'm not sure what to do about that. Alrighty. Good evening, and welcome to the stream. So tonight I'm going to be flying the first leg in a probably 3-leg series. It's another travel tracer. If you're not familiar, basically what I do is I just fly the route of trips that I make. And yeah, this trip was to Indiana Dunes, which is it's basically a beach with very soft sand that's just like east of Chicago, along Lake Michigan. And yeah, I went there with a few friends of mine from the Boy Scouts in high school, and we had a great time. And so basically what I did in real life was from Champaign, I took the train to Chicago. And then from Chicago, we rented a car and drove down to Michigan City, and then spent time there. That's like the city that's kind of where you go when you're going to Indiana Dunes. And then we drove back to Chicago, and I took the train back home to Champaign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly from Champaign to O'Hare, and then O'Hare to the Michigan City Municipal Airport. Don't remember exactly what it's called. But tonight I'm just going to do that first leg. I'm going to do it using an A320. And yeah, I did run through this earlier today. And basically it's really cool because the approach that you I think usually get into Chicago actually takes you like right along the beach. So I can actually look down and point out exactly where we were around the dunes, and there's like a big nuclear power or some kind of power plant with a big cooling tower that you can see. So I will try to point that out as I go by. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm just gonna jump into it, and yeah, let's do it. So here I am at the world map, and I will just go KCMI. to KORD. And yep, it pretty much always sets you up for runway 28 right. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but that's what it gives you. Obviously I want to be high altitude IFR, and I'm going to want an ILS to 28 right. And yeah, here's what I'm talking about. It sends you on this hook way over Lake Michigan, and as you can see, there's Michigan City right here. And there is an airport here. That's what I will fly into on the second leg. And we're going to go right by some of the beach and that area, and that's where I'll be able to point out exactly where we're going. I think I will go ahead and start with the live time. I don't really mind flying at night, but I think when I get closer, I will turn it to some daytime just so I can actually see. So yeah, this is all set up, and yeah, I'll get into it. I'm not going to do a cold and dark start or anything like that, because that's incredibly tedious and takes like way longer than I have to spend tonight. So probably looking at maybe around 90 minutes, all said and done. And that looks like Mauna Kea to me. I wonder where that is. That really, really, really looks like Mauna Kea, which is the mountain at the top of the big island of Hawaii. These are definitely like volcanic craters right there. So yeah, I have not been streaming as much lately, but I do really enjoy doing it with Flight Sim. There's a lot of dead time, and it's nice just to be kind of doing two things at once. If I'm not streaming while I fly, I just check my email or watch YouTube videos or something like that during cruise phase. So yeah, it's nice to be able to stream while I do it, I guess. I do have something specific planned for once I'm up in the air, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it.
Champagne Tower Fusim 1123 at runway 22 ready for departure IFR to O'Hare.
1123 altimeter 29er 6 wind 186 at 12. Cleared for takeoff runway 22.
Ooh, lightning.
Cleared for takeoff runway 22 Fusim 1123.
The weather here, I don't know, it's a little bit iffy looking, but it doesn't look that bad. I don't think there's going to be any storms or anything tonight. But what do I know? So, I don't know, this might be my first stream yet using my new GPU, which is an RTX 3070 Ti. And as you can see, I'm getting 60 frames at the moment. We're pretty close to that. And I'm on Ultra right now, so I know that won't be sustainable, so I am going to go ahead and turn it down to just high end. But hopefully I will be able to maintain close to that frame rate. It's actually perfectly covered up. So as you can see, 59 frames per second right there. So we'll see what happens. It'll probably start grinding down pretty badly when I get near O'Hare, because there's so much traffic and so much scenery going on, and this weather is really weird. It's like, it's not totally overcast, but I have lightning. It's not like that here for real. Alrighty, let's see what's going on. Okay, everything should be set up. I think they're going to ask me to go to 10,000 to start, so I'll go ahead and dial that in. Get the parking brake off. And, yeah, make sure my flight plan is input. What did they say for altimeter? 3006, I think. Maybe they didn't give me one. I think it's 3006. Okay, so that's all good. I was gonna check one more thing. What was it? No, I think I'm good. Alright, here we go. Slowly bringing up the throttle. Whoa! That was crazy. I'm gonna have to check the weather radar. I really don't know why it thinks that the weather is that crazy right now. Pretty much takes all of this runway to get this plane in the air at this airport. Go to 15 degrees and start banking to the right. Get my gear up. And my flaps up. Make sure I don't stall. That should be it. Go ahead and engage autopilot. Nice and easy. Make sure my throttle's in the right place, and it is. Going up to 180. Go ahead and dial that in. Wow, that lightning was right in front of me. And there we go, still getting 59 frames. That's pretty good. It's looking really smooth. And yeah, that's pretty cool. We're going right over Champaign. Not sure why it stopped climbing there. So yeah, I'll change to this view real quick, and my house is basically right in here somewhere. So this is Prospect Avenue, and this is University, I think. And there's the railroad track, so my house is like right in here somewhere. And that is pretty cool. There's downtown. This is all campus town. You can see all the university like sports complexes down here. And then over here, whoops. Over here is Urbana, this general area. I think Urbana downtown is right in here somewhere. Maybe right there. North Prospect, giant commercial center. There's Parkland College right here. It's the craft. Oops. Keep doing that. Craft factory. And obviously there's the airport behind me. So yeah, pretty cool view here. And beautiful sunset. Got an altimeter reading. 29 or 9 or 5. Okay, got that set up. I can go ahead and turn my lights off. Don't need landing lights, don't need nose, don't need runway turn. Nav stays on, wing can come off, beacon can be off. Excuse me, strobe can be off, beacon needs to stay on. And seatbelt sign should be, or can be off. 29 or 6. So yeah, now we're just cruising. And there you can see, this is going to be the Rantoul Naval Air Center. It's called RNAC. I think it's Rantoul Naval Air Center. It's where my paternal grandfather mustered into the Army Air Corps. I think that's what it was. During World War II. And there it is. It's been slowly dismantled. Oh, wow. More lightning. Slowly dismantled over time. It's okay. It's a good thing if we don't need a military base. So, yeah, it's really beautiful. And still right at 59 frames, which is just awesome. So I'm going to let it do that for a while, and as we get closer, I will, like I said, turn it to some daylight time just so I can actually see where I am.
123 contact Chicago Center on 120.175. Good day. Going to 120.175.
And just like that, we're already up to cruise. I do have to check real quick. I'm just really puzzled by that weather.
Climbing flight level 180. Listen, 123 Chicago Center, continue to RD as planned.
By the way, hearts out to Louisiana. I just saw this update down here. Another Category 4. That is just crazy. Yeah, there's no big storm. Well, there's maybe a little pocket right here, but maybe it's picking up on this. Because there's Rantoul, so I'm kind of flying right into this big cell right here. Or right over it. I wonder if I can, let me turn on my weather radar. See if that even shows up. So it's set to weather plus terrain right now, but it doesn't even show anything, so not sure if it's not working or what. Oh, is that it? There we go. You have to put it on the, get it up onto the nav display. So yeah, you can see the clouds there, but it's not really anything that looks terrible. I mean, it's just green. I think green is, oh yeah, there it is. You do have some yellow, and that's exactly where the lightning is. Kind of off to the left. Yes, you will notice I am right at 180, and that is a known glitch ever since the new update. They just keep telling you to expedite your climb. It's like they don't recognize how high you are. Yeah. It's pretty cool flying right over a storm like that. Okay, so we do have some time here, and like I said, I had a plan for something to do while I was just cruising here, and that plan is to listen to a musical album that was created by a friend of mine for a period of time, I think about 3 years. I was in a band called The Subsect, and we made some music, and we can find it online. It's Bandcamp, I think, well, whatever it is, just Google Bandcamp The Subsect, and I'm sure you will find it. But yeah, so one of the people in that band was named Rachel, and she recently, actually It's been a while now. I think it was actually this past spring she put out an album that was kind of a solo album for her. And I've been meaning to listen to it for a long time, and I thought, what better way to do so than while flying here? And part of that is that if anybody happens to watch, it kind of helps promote her stuff. So that is what I'm gonna do right now.
8507, contact Chicago Center on 135.75.
So this is the Bandcamp page. So I guess on here she does not go by Rachel, she's going by Dust Darling. And yeah, you can see it's just dustdarling.bandcamp.com. And down here is the other guy in the subsect, Kip. And he does a bunch of different mixing stuff, and I know he's always open to doing new work, so it's maybe a bit of a plug for him too. He's on Bandcamp too. I think he's just Toilet Tunes on Bandcamp, so you can always find him that way if you want to. But first things first, let's just get into this album and start listening. Just real quick, the description is eclectic, emotional, and intensely personal songs influenced by Western ballads of old and pop. By Western ballads of old and pop/rock and folk genres. So this was released back in April, so it indeed has been a while. Yeah, so without further ado, let's listen to the first song. It's called Memory.
Listen, 1123, contact Chicago Center
Don't
on
go
130.125.
away.
Good day.
I have so much to say to your memory in my mind.
Houston 1123 Chicago Center. Continue as planned.
And I don't know where I've been anymore, my friend. Oh, my friend. Can I get back up from where I lay? Can I ever rise above the things I said?
You can see the sprawling lights of Chicago all over the horizon here.
And I don't know where I am anymore, my friend. Oh, my friend.
The second track, oh no, it was a bit of a split track there. Still on Memory. Cool.
At all the people you love, turn
So I don't think it spoils anything because it says it right here, but it says blah 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 drum programming engineered or drum programming engineering by Dust Darling. So honestly, I think these I happen to know from word of mouth that this is programmed drums. I think they sound really, really good. You know, they sound very realistic. I'm not sure what the program was, but I'm honestly impressed. I'm hearing the folk influence right here. I wish there were lyrics on here. There's so much lightning up here.
How long until you see you're incomplete without me? How long will it take for you to love me? 'Cause I hold on to all that is gone.
So this is all the city of Chicago, in case that's not incredibly obvious. I think you can actually just barely see Navy Pier right here. Oh, that's cool. Wow, that really high chorus was very cool.
Don't come for me. When you left,
This is Midway Airport right here.
you left a hole in your place.
Let's see. So that was Heartbreak. That's the second track. Yeah, I'm really liking this so far. It's got a very cool sound to it.
I hear the crickets singing in the breeze. I see the stars shining down on me. I feel your
we're getting out over obviously the big dark Lake Michigan here. The area I'm going to be looking at, it's kind of ahead, but it's actually covered in clouds and obviously dark right now. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn off live weather and change the time of day. There's a little bit of light. Now we'll just make it full light. Turn off live weather. Let's get some clear skies going just momentarily. I'll switch it all back to live for the approach and landing, but I just want to get this while I go by. It's really cool. So we drove like right down this highway right here, and this is going to be the city over here. Maybe not. It's hard to tell right now. I will be able to tell as we get closer. By the way, I hope it's not disrespectful to be like talking over this music. No disrespect. I will definitely be listening to this repeatedly with no distractions. Because that's how I usually listen to music. I just thought this was a good opportunity to just cross-pollinate some music here. So I think scenery's popping a little here. Yeah, so here it is. So all along here, these are actually the Indian Indians, all along this beach right here. And I'm pretty sure, and I would have to check this, but I'm pretty sure this is the road into the actual national park. It might be this down here. I think it's this. So I think we were like right here on this beach right here. You can kind of tell it's nice and like shallow along that shoreline, so I think we were right in there. My main landmark over here, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a huge cooling tower. I mean, that's one of those like Simpsons style, like massive, kind of, I don't know, mushroom shaped maybe cooling towers right there. And we're thinking this is actually some kind, we think it might be a coal plant, but it's some kind of huge power plant. We don't think it's a nuclear power plant. And by we, I mean me and my friends who went here. One morning, we came out here and we parked somewhere in here, I think, and we walked along this beach, and this down here is actually a pier, a lighthouse, and we hung out there and we could look back at this huge cooling tower. And yeah, there's also a casino right here. There's the parking deck, the casino building is out here, and we went there a few times just for kicks. I couldn't point out where we actually stayed, but it's somewhere. We were down this road a little ways and then back into the kind of into the woods area. So I'm not exactly sure where that is. But I think on the next leg of this. Oh, there's the airport. You can see the runway just barely right there. I think on the next leg of this, I'm actually going to fly from O'Hare down to here and maybe do a touch and go at this airport, and then just take right back off and just fly along the beach, and I'll probably do some active pause and try to find the Airbnb we stayed at and look around at this power plant, at the lighthouse, and at the casino, just to check it out, see how it's rendered. So at this point, we've made this long pass into over Lake Michigan, and kind of curl back around and come back into O'Hare. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn back to live. I actually just have to look at how cloudy it is right now. It's kind of crazy. You wouldn't even know it at night. So this is truly a pretty good ILS simulation right here. Let's get back in the cockpit and make sure that I'm not messing anything up horribly. Weather radar doesn't look terrible. Zoom out a little bit. Take a look at the constraints. None of them are showing yet. I think I have a pretty good ways until the, yeah, there's the mott, I think, is the beginning of the approach, but I think I will go ahead and get that approach plate open real quick. Sky vector for KORD.
I see something in your eyes.
And I'm 2-8 right.
It's haunting you.
Here's 2-7 right, here's 2-8 right. So yeah, I do have, so Vogler, that's where I'm going to right now. I'm just about there, and I'm headed toward Mott. 8,000 at Mott. It says 9,000 in my constraint, so whatever. Localized intercept is 2,200, which is fine. And I will check my rad nav, 111.1. Landing frequency, 111.1 is in. And I'm gonna need to input my weather about now. Is it retard? KORD today. Here's my METAR. So I have 26.7. Oh, is it Fahrenheit? Or do I have to put 27? Oh, it only takes full digits, I guess. QNH, we're doing 299.5. Oh wow, that's haunting. We are going to be landing full flaps, and actually, just for the heck of it, I'm going to make this a full flight. I don't know why it always starts you with such a small load. 98% is fine, good enough. My winds are 250 at 6. It's nice and, oops, 250 at 5. Not that that really matters, but I want to get in the habit of looking at the right thing. 250 at 5. It's knots, not miles per hour. Okay, so I got my performance input, my rad nav is in. Not quite to Mott yet. I'm at 9,000, so that's all looking good. And yeah, all good for the moment, I think. I'm gonna have to stop the music as I come in. Oh, I'm already on the last song. It's good timing, I guess. So yeah, just once again, this is a former bandmate of mine. I said her name earlier, but she doesn't go by that name here, so I will just call her Dust Darling. Yeah, very cool. And again, mixed and mastered by Kip Bronstadter, Toilet Tunes. Look it up if you need help. He does recording in-house, but I think he also would be totally open to fully online services. So that is my flight this evening. Alrighty, I'm at my decel point, so I'm going to go ahead and put my speed down to 220, where I can start deploying flaps, etc. city here. Yeah, you can. It's kind of an awkward angle, but you can see the Chicago River kind of stretching off in the distance there. So downtown is right through here, and Navy Pier is going to be right there. The scenery hasn't quite popped fully, but I'm not on Ultra, so that's how it is. I'm going to turn the sound back up here. I think I was at 70. Hopefully that mix is okay. Whoa, where am I turning?
Chicago approach United 1705 is at
What on
9,300
earth?
feet, descending 9,000 feet.
Oh man, it's doing one of these goofy loops in here for some reason. Yeah, this is a game glitch. Sometimes it just really messes up your autopilot. And so I'm gonna do this crazy loop right here, and it's not gonna get me to Rocky or whatever the next one is, Ricky. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off autopilot and level out this turn.
SkyWest Flight 19 or 5 have the generic in sight.
I might, yeah, there it goes. See, and if you don't know, I'm watching the flight director right now. That's how I know that it kind of has caught its mistake. Hopefully it'll get me back onto the correct path. That was really unfortunate timing. I don't know, this is not good. I'm gonna flip the autopilot back on, I think, and just... What is it doing? Yeah. Just see what happens here. Go ahead and turn on my landing system. My speed is low enough. Go ahead and get my first level of flaps. I've been ordered down to 7,000, so I'll begin that descent. And my next... that is done. My next flap speed is all the way down to 200, so I'm going to reduce my speed to, let's do 195. Just to give a little bit of a cushion there. Man, that's really frustrating. I was on, it was such a good flight until that happened. Like, where is it going? It says it's going to Ricky, but it's not anywhere close to there. I'm tempted to just throw on approach mode. Yeah, I'm gonna do some crazy maneuvers here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit my approach mode, and hopefully it'll grab that localizer. I'm gonna turn on my speed brake because I'm way too high. Go ahead and flaps position 2. It's fine. See, it's grabbing my localizer now. I have my magenta diamonds here, so that's good. Flaps are fine. Go ahead and bring this down to 180 because I think that's my next flap speed. Not sure about that. Hopefully it'll bank to the right pretty hard. Good. There, it's grabbing the vertical localizer, which is definitely what I need. So I keep going here, I'm gonna get my lights on. Basically, everything comes on for landing. Landing lights, takeoff, nose lights, runway turn, wing lights, strobe is on. That's an overspeed warning. Go ahead and silence it. Seatbelt sign can come on. No smoking should have been on this whole time. Things are happening pretty fast, so I'm going to go ahead and put on some auto brakes to low. My speed is way high because it's pushing the nose down to catch that localizer, but it is slowly decreasing. I do know that I still have my speed brake on, and we'll need to turn it off and arm the auto spoilers momentarily. Altimeter is 2996. What else? Still not on the flight path by any means, but I think it's coming. At least I'm on glide slope. It is plenty capable of a turn. And there, if we look out the window, we have the fully rendered Chicago skyline right there. See the Sears Tower sticking up. Hancock Building, maybe pier over here. It's pretty nice, gotta say. There's Midway Airport out in the distance. And there's the airport right in front of me. Okay. Go ahead and set the next level of flaps. It says landing, but I am landing full flaps today because I'm very heavy. And I want to say, I think you can set the speed to be automated, and I think it'll actually bring you down. Yeah, because there's a magenta triangle right here, so it's going to automatically bring me down to 150 knots, I believe. So everything is set up correctly in the autopilot, auto throttle, approach. Got my brakes on there. I do need to take off my speed brake and arm it, and it is. So I think I'm looking pretty good right now. We'll get my last level of flaps. It's perfect. And we're good. 2995. And as it turned out, it looked super cloudy over the lake, but it's nice and clear now, so that's good. So all is well. Yeah, that autopilot thing really bugs me. It does that randomly. It'll do it like in the middle of a flight. Just be going straight toward a waypoint and all of a sudden just go and just do a big loop for like no reason. I don't understand it. I wish they could fix it. This game is like such a weird mix of like really impressive stuff and really unimpressive stuff. I mean, graphically, look at that. That is beautiful. That's an incredible sight to behold. Autopilot issues, radio communication issues, like ATC logic issues are pretty substantial. I could get into VATSIM, and that would help eliminate some of that ATC stuff, but I'm not really up for that right now. I'm not super knowledgeable. I would definitely embarrass myself substantially. We are coming in nice and smooth, right on glide slope, right on speed. I will disengage autopilot at around 1,000. Wind is pretty much right ahead of me, and if it's still that 5 knots, that's a really nice and slow wind. It says 20, but that's not terrible by any means. Number 2 for landing. So I'm cleared to land. I'm following a guy in front of me. I don't see him, but honestly this game is not, it's a little bit glitchy, and you can't, it just can't be helped. You can't really you can't fly based on what the traffic around you is doing, because it just doesn't really work like that.
American 1427 exit.
If you have to go through another plane, you have to go through another plane. That's just the fact. Whoa!
On 124.125.
That was perfect timing. That's exactly the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. That plane just
1,000.
phased through me, and I have to like ignore it even though it's right in front of me.
427.
Alright, here we go. Trying really hard to ignore that huge plane right in front of me. That is just so irritating. Why'd she tell me I was number 2? Obviously, I was number 1 when she said that. Obviously that guy should be slowing down to let me in. That is ATC's whole job.
500.
Too low, terrain.
What?
Too low, terrain.
Did I forget
Too low,
landing gear?
terrain.
400.
Too low, terrain.
We almost died.
Too low, terrain.
We almost all died.
Too low, terrain.
300.
We could have all died right there, because I forgot landing gear.
Houston 1123. Go around.
200.
No, I'm landing.
100. 50. 40. 30.
Oof, mushy.
20. Retard.
Houston 1123. Acknowledge. Last transmission.
5.
So bad. So bad.
Skywest 3686. Turn next taxi.
Alright. Thrust is reversing. Missing that taxiway, tapping the brakes, reverse thrust is off.
Houston 1123. Acknowledge. Last transmission.
Well, I'm landed, so it's pretty irrelevant at this point.
Tower Skywest 30651 miles east inbound ILS runway 28 right approach.
Skywest 3065 Tower. Altimeter 29.95. Wind 254 at 8. Cleared ILS runway 28 right approach.
Well, we are on the ground.
413 miles east inbound ILS runway 28
That's definitely a landing that I'm glad they haven't figured out the replay functionality yet, because that was brutal. Go ahead and stop, set the parking brake, and clean things up. Spoilers are down, flaps are up.
Cleared ILS runway 28 right approach United 2284.
Go ahead and throw on the brake fan because I can. And just take a glance. They're actually pretty good.
065.
I was slightly side-loaded, obviously, but that's not too bad. It seemed really wacky at the last second there, but I guess it was okay. Don't need landing lights. Can switch that to taxi lights. Don't need runway turn anymore. Don't need wing lights. Don't need strobe. And I'm going to tune the ground. And let's taxi to the gates.
1123 taxi to the gate.
Houston
Don't need
1123.
any of this stuff
Echo
anymore.
11 using taxiway November Tango Alpha 10.
Taxiing to gate Echo 11 using taxiway November Tango Alpha 10 Pusim 1123.
Got my taxi ribbon because I don't do O'Hare. It says 59 frames, but it seems a little choppy to me.
Ground Skywest 3686 taxi to the gate.
Yeah, that's really choppy.
3686 taxi to gate.
I don't know why it thinks that is 59 frames. Oh good, my gate is really close.
Taxiing to gate Charlie 18 by taxiway Alpha 8000 Skywest.
After I end the stream, I'm definitely going to go back and watch that landing and cringe a little bit, but
Skywest 3686 hold position caution. Other
yeah.
traffic.
Yeah, I got distracted by that gear thing. You know what? This is a teachable moment. That is why you always have a checklist and you follow the checklist. It just takes a second to look at the actual checklist and make sure you did the thing. Use checklists. Don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do. But the other thing that's kind of cool is that redundancy, the terrain call out is real, and that would definitely stop you from just landing with your gear up if you ever got to that point. So it's not just the checklist, it's all these automated systems that help pilots keep people safe. Yes. That is a slideshow. Oh my gosh. I can barely see. Really hope they get that optimization fixed. I think the next update is supposed to be in September. Alrighty. Welcome to O'Hare International Airport. Seatbelt sign is off. Strobe and beacon are off. Nav is off. I know I did this in the wrong order, but whatever. Engines are off. And maybe I'll turn on the wing light, just so people can see down there. I think I will turn the taxi light off because that's annoying. External power is available. Flip that on. Get the fly pad going. And get my ground services. So, there you have it. That is the first leg of my travel tracer tour from Champaign to Indiana Dunes. Like I said, next time I'll be going from O'Hare over to the Michigan City Municipal, and I think what I'll try to do is a touch and go, circle around that area, take a look at things, and then just come straight back. I don't think that needs to be a whole flight all on its own. As far as plane, I actually have not chosen one yet. I feel like originally I kind of wanted to do a CR or a CJ4, but if I'm going to be doing like a little flight C thing, I'm kind of leaning toward maybe a King Air or a Caravan. I think a King Air is substantially faster, and it's not, you know, it's not a super short way. I mean, it was probably 20 minutes even by a A320, so you know, faster the better, I guess. But yeah, other than that landing and the mishap with the autopilot right at the beginning of the approach there, I think this was a pretty good flight. Regardless, it's a good flight if you can walk away from it. Oh, last time I did a stream, I tried to do like a quick snippet of a video to demonstrate how to follow somebody on YouTube, because I had I've been encouraging my parents, you know, mainly my dad. He's interested in aviation, and I've told him, like, this is pretty cool, you know, if you ever want to check it out or whatever. But then he never watches the stream, and I think part of it is that he just doesn't really know how to subscribe and like get notifications, and it's not like it's something where I'm gonna alert him every time. So I thought I would do a quick tutorial on how to, you know, actually follow something on YouTube. And so I will switch over to my desktop mode. And, yeah. Okay, so here's how it works. Hopefully that's nice and huge right there. Oh, I gotta put this over here, I think. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So here's how it works. You go to YouTube, right? And that's easy, right? Just youtube.com. Boom. You get to this page. Theoretically, you're already going to be... So yeah, here's the stuff that I'm into, I guess. Theoretically, you're... oh, look, here's my own video right here. It's kind of cool. So theoretically, you're going to be on your homepage. You're already going to be signed into your account. And all you need to do, in this case, for me, is type in Tophizzle to the search bar up here. Tophizzal, right? Hit enter, and you will find my page. Click up at the top, you'll get to this page where it has all my videos and stuff. And there will be another button here. It's not going to do it here because this is me, right? I'm logged into my own account. So instead, just as an example, it's super random. This guy named Scott Manley, I want to follow him anyway. So here's his page, right? The second you type in Scott Manley, or for you, it'll be Tophizzle. You'll get to here, and there will be a big red button that says subscribe. You'll click that, and then, crucially, it'll say subscribed, but then right next to that, there will be a bell icon. You click the bell, and because I'm your only son, you're probably going to want to click all. And basically all that is you will receive a notification anytime I go live, and you will be able to watch the stream if you are so inclined. And there's obviously no obligation at all. It's just something that I you know, I'd like to help you to have the option of doing that. So this Astro rocket was pretty crazy, by the way. I was sitting there watching TV next to my domestic partner, and the first thing, I freaked out when the rocket, like, it just barely went up and then just started going sideways, and I was like, oh, that's definitely going to crash. And then it just recovered and went up. I couldn't believe it. But then obviously it had a huge issue when it got up higher. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I love watching these rocket videos. That's why I subscribed to Scott Manley right here. So there's some free press for Scott. Okay.
Lindbergh 4565, call physician caution, the generic on.
That is going to be it for me tonight. As always, if you watched, I hope you enjoyed. Whether or not you enjoyed, I hope you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful week.